function and call this thing from the function. So what I will do now is, yeah, good morning. So yesterday we left off here. You can see the screen now, but we did not write the function. So we'll write the function from here and start it. Okay. So how to write the function is, I will write the function here itself. We'll have a private function. Then we'll see how can we make this private function into a public one, so that many forms can call the same function. Okay, so the function is here, private. So the second thing after this thing should be the return type I told you. Here the return type will have it as SQL data reader, right? Data reader. And the name of the function is get table as per this SQL, right? And string, we are going to pass the string that this will be the SQL statement. So we'll pass it as SQL and we'll write the function here. So the function will be, I'm just going to copy this. So this global is not necessary now. We'll take the global out and put it inside the function. So we'll have it here like this. And then afterwards, we'll get this still execute reader, right? And then we will tell still execute reader here itself. And then instead of this select star from customers, we are going to pass in this string, wherein we are going to set the STR_SQL as select star from customers. And whenever you want, you change that. Okay. Okay. So this also we close now. Is not necessary till here. And then here we tell, we just have one this thing here also. Here also we'll have one thing here, the same SQL data reader, and this will be a global function. And now this my reader, and we'll also have one function string str SQL. Okay, so str. Fine. So now this string str_SQL is a global function. Global this thing, there's nothing to do with this str_SQL. And now this is going to return us my reader, right? So return my reader. So now we can see my reader is what? SQL data reader. So here also we are going to have a my reader SQL data reader. So this is not going to make a problem. So we can just tell here my reader is equal to get table, which is already there. And we pass this str_SQL. And before that str_SQL we tell here is equal to select star from what's that? Customers, right? And here again you tell str_SQL is equal to here, and here also we tell, we just copy here this one, this two, and then right here str_SQL is equal to select star from customers where customer ID, no? is equal to single quote and then plus CBO dot text plus. Fine. So this will be, we're just going to pass this and just pass this to this function, and this function is going to, so we don't have anything else but SQL, only the SQL reader, which is where now we'll run this. So we'll run this now. And here we get the same thing. So we get the same result now. You can see. Fine. So we get the same result now. Now what we'll do is we'll do the same thing for, we'll do the same. Now we have written one thing, and the next one we'll design for customer product ID. I mean products. So we'll do the same thing for product table. So I'm just opening the product table to get the fields of the product table for me. And in the meantime, just fetching this thing, I'll create one products for the form for the product table. So right click on this project to the project file, and then after add a new form. Fine. And here I'll call this form as FRN product view products. Okay. Fine. And here I get this up now, and here what I do, I'll open this products also so that I know the feeds. So in the meantime, that is opening. I just go to the properties here of this form, and I will tell here, I will do the text property and change it to view products. Okay, fine. The text property. Now I've got here one product ID, product table is open, so I see the fields now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fields. So I'm going to put here 7 labels and 7 labels. Okay. So where are the labels now? So I'm going to make this, I've got to make this a little more, the font. You remember the font I made to make it 14. Okay. And I will again now just make it a little bit smaller. Okay, fine. And 7 plus 7, no? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I put it here correctly. And what I can do, one more thing I can do here, instead of this thing, I can just copy this and paste. Just I just select the whole thing. It's called lassoing the controls or lassoing the labels. And then I copy this and I paste it here again. So it will come like this again. And then here I change the, so let me minimize the toolbox and maximize the Server Explorer. Okay. So it's first is product ID. Okay, fine. Then I have the product name. So I make it more the left side. It's here again. Product name, then product group ID. Okay, and next one is unit ID. And then it's price. Then this SGST percentage. I can, because level, I can just write the percentage sign also here. No problem. Only the names I cannot write. So this is the text. And then here I go back and put my LBL because I'm going to start. I'm going to refer this in code. Product ID, and then after this all should be without spaces, right? I just copy the name also, the same thing here. Product name. Okay. And product group ID. And then unit ID. And then you have the price. And SGST percentage. So I told you here we cannot have, it will not accept the name for the, so I have to put it here. The name it will not accept. It will accept for the text, but since we are going to write in code, both are going to write same thing. And finally, CGST percentage. Okay. So now this is ready. Now before writing the code for this thing, two things we have got. The first thing is we have, I promised you that we will take this table and make it public so that we can call it from both the forms. But before that, we have one more problem. So what the problem is, when we start the program, we are directly going to the customers form, view customers, right? Now how are we going to get to the product form? It is not possible really. That is a problem we have to solve now. So we'll be going to the customer form. So the customer form is working on it, but we just created the product form. So how are we going to the product form? It's not possible from here to go. So what we'll do is we will create one more form. We'll create one more form and call it menu. So we'll call this one more form, we'll call it main menu. Okay. It is just like the menu where we go into the hotel and see, no? It is something like that. From here we'll again the text property will change it to main menu. The name property is foreign main menu. Here you can see that. Fine. So now here what we'll do is we have another one control I'll introduce to you now, which is called the menu strip control. So menu strip control is actually a container control. So here it is not a container control. A menu and toolbar. Yeah. Here we see you just double click here. On the top, you'll get something like this. And the control name will be menu strip one. We just forget about this menu strip one control. Here also down also. You see it has come down. So we just forget about those things. You see, if you want, you can see the data. Even search the Google for that. But I'm going to write the minimum least things what we have to do. So here we can write here customers. And then here down, because we are going to write view customers, then we are going to write insert, then update and all those things. So first you start with view customers. Okay, view customer. And here we write product. And here similarly we write view products. And now if you see customers, if you see the this thing, the properties of this thing, if you customers tooltip menu, we're just going to change this as tooltip menu, we keep it as TSN, and I'm going to write as customers here. We just change the default name. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell this as TSN. So TSM customers. Then sub I'm going to put. Sub means I'm going to just tell it's going to below customers it is. So sub view customers. Okay, fine. So TSM customer, sub view customer, right? Then after that, just going to put enter here. Similarly, this also you should be able to do it now yourself. So products. So I'm going to write view TSN products T capital for easy readability, and then afterwards TSN you should be able to do now. So product should be, let us be very consistent. Okay. And here, of course, I'm going to change it to view products and put a space here. Fine. So customers, view customer, product, and view product. Now we'll show this form. Okay. So how to show this form is, of course, we have got to go, I told you, we're going to go to the Solution Explorer and we go to program.cs. And here you will see the first form, which is being shown now is form view customer. Instead of that, we show now form main menu, right? It has already come there for a main menu. And now we will run the program. So now you see here. So now what we have to get the program to do is when you click view customer, the view customer form should come, and you click view product, the product form should come. So we just have to write the code for that. So we just go ahead and write the code for that. So main menu, okay, just click on view customer, double click on view customer. So TSM customer, this is the thing which we wrote. Okay, click when this is click. So what we have to do is we have got to create one form. So first is here customer. This is OFRM. You just see what I'm doing. Just follow it blindly now. You will understand everything later when we come to objects and the class and objects and everything. So FRM, OF, you go to new. Okay. So what I'm actually creating is actually FRM view customer is the class. Okay. And this is going to be the object created from the class. And we are going to work with the object. I'll tell you, it will become very clear to you when we are going to deal with show. Okay. Here also, we tell the same thing, product, view product, and similarly, FRM, view products, OFRM view products. Okay, I'm just going to copy it. Lazy. Fine. And similarly, OFRM dot show. Okay. And now if you see, it will do correct. Okay, now view customer form is coming. Fine. The see everything is same. Okay. And then after product form also is come. Of course, you have not written anything here. So we have to write and we'll just go back to the data. So now one more thing here, if I view customers, and then after that, I'm going to click on view products. Okay. View products also is coming and view customers both is there. This is actually again, if I put another one view customer, another one for view, so two view customer form is there. And products is also, if you want, I can create how many ever if I want, So this is actually a problem. We should have only one form at a time. And when we close this form, then afterward it should actually go to the new form and well, till the one form is active, it should not be able to fetch the another form. So for that, just instead of show here, we put show dialog, right? See here, this one is actually, if you put here show, so next one will be show dialog. This one, if you put, now you'll not even be able to access the other form. Fine. So now if you see here, see now if I want to click this will not even get clicked. It will tell, please, you have got to close this. Only then you can click another one. Not be able to access the menu form itself now. Fine. So this is good. So now we have finished off with the menu. So we close this off and menu is over and program.cs is over. So now we have got to go and see what we are going to do with the view customers design. So before view customers design, we have got to, as you know, that we have got to call this get reader SQL table or get table as per SQL from products also. So what we'll do is we'll put this in a public public place. So this will be called. We have just got to create a class now. Okay, we'll be creating a lot of classes. Don't worry. But now for the first time we are going to create a class, and we'll call this a class, a special type of class wherein we have this procedure. We have got to have call in all this thing. We will call this class as CLS database functions. Okay, so all database functions related, all database related queries will be in here. It will be here. So we'll put it this here, and we will copy this actually. Copy this whole one. So we'll copy this, or we can rather cut it out and put it here. Now you see now how here SQL data reader is already come here, and here because already this is automatically counted, right? Fine. And now if you see here, now we are not able to, if you go to view customers.cs, now we are not able to get this get table as per this SQL because it does not know. So here what we have to do is we will just have to create one object. So I don't want to go into creation of objects and everything. Just a shortcut method for now. Just for now, just follow this method. I'm just going to write this as internal as a stat. I'm going to call it a static class. Okay. And also this method also I'm going to call it as a static method, which is going to do this thing. So here what I can do when I'm putting static, what I can do here is form customer design. I can just put here CLS database functions. Then afterwards, if I put a dot here, that function will automatically be called, right? Here. Now, if you see, if I'm going to put dot here and get, I'm going to put here like this. ION dot get table as per this SQL. CLS database functions, right? Okay. So now if I'm going to write here like this, it is functions, okay? So dot the everything will come here, and I can put here get table as per this SQL, right? So as that here, one more thing here is I've got to write it as, sorry, one mistake we did here. We have to put this as public. So then only it will be able to get, it will be shown to me that I told you private means it's so here now if I'm going to put here dot, I can get table as per the SQL here. Fine. Again, the same thing. What I'm going to write here is I'm going to do it for here. Right. So CLS database functions dot get table as per the SQL. I will get it here. So now this is okay. Now you see here, it is the same functionality. We just shifted the private module to made a public module. So what's the error? Go to error list. So STR SQL is a capital S here. Fine. So this is a capital. So STR SQL will be capital. The term. Anyway. So this should not be there. Sorry. Fine. Now the same thing what we can do is here now it's just the same. There's no difference. And we just go and write for the products now. So this is okay. Fantastic. So products table, if you see, so we'll just close all this. We'll just close everything. I don't want to, so close all tabs, right? So everything is get a clean state and just I get the S view products. Fine. And I will put this thing also here. I'll put a combo box also here. Okay. And make this combo box. You remember, we have got to make it the style property as drop down list so that it becomes like this. Fine. Now what we'll do is we have to fill up this. Now if you see here customers, what we did was we have to fill up the combo box in the load event, right? So in the load event, we have got to fill up the combo box just like this. We put in the load event. So we have these two things here now. We copy these two things here and put it here. All right. And put it on the top. And then what we tell is first str SQL is equal to select star from products, right? And then afterwards, my reader is equal to CLS database function dot get table as per the SQL, and we pass this. See, it becomes so easy, no? And still we are not yet touching oops. When you go to oops, you see it becomes much more easier. So let me screen to myself. Okay, and the next one, my reader is this thing. Then of course we start placing the labels inside the, and then of course my reader dot or while my reader dot read. Okay, and then afterward we come. So we come and we tell CBO. We did not change the name here. So we'll go to change the name here first. The property still is combo box one. So CBO products, product ID. Okay. And here we tell CBO product ID dot items dot add, and we go and add the. So we put first, we convert the string operator here, and this is a casting operator. We want to pass it as a string, and then my reader. So we put the name of the field. So product ID. So that's all. And to get it in the first time, the first line, we put as CBO product ID dot selected index is equal to 0. Fine. So we just run and see whether this is okay. We go to the menu now. And we view product, and we'll see it's coming as expected. So no problem, 26 products are there. So we get this thing. And when we change this, it has to do the thing. So we go to the product design, and we double click on the combo box. And here we just put string, or you can put it as what is it? STRSQL, no? STRSQL is equal to, we already have that STRSQL defined globally, if you see here, right? Then afterwards, we will put a select star from products where same thing, where product ID here is equal to single quote, then go plus CBO dot text plus. Okay. And then my reader, we just go and call the function. So CLS database function dot get table as per this SQL and STR We just pass this. And then afterwards we just write the, and we read the record. Okay. And after reading, we just put it in LBL. We can just put here itself. No need to, because an LBL text percentage will be a this thing double, no? So we have got to first pass it into, we take the field, the object, and pass that object, and then after putting the string. So we just first need to pass it. So double dot pass, and what we pass is here inside my reader dot, no, my reader, sorry, my reader and CGST percentage. Okay. And once we pass it, after we pass it, what we have got to do is we have got to convert this dot to string. Fine. And then afterward, the whole thing I want to convert into dot to string. Okay. So this is a slightly tricky one. So you just have got to understand. So we just read this and see whether it is coming correct. So we have to pass this thing, and when you pass, you have got to convert it to string and then pass it to double. Then afterward, the whole thing you put it to string. Inside again. Fine. So CAGC% is working perfectly, right? So okay. So we just copy the whole thing and then put the CGST into SGST. That's all. Okay. And then the next one, LBL price, also same thing. Dot text is equal to, we just follow the same syntax, double dot pass my reader, and then afterward we put it as inside this double. Okay. And then we put here dot to string and come outside and also put the to string. Fine. And LBL after price is, so this is a string. So we have got to put it as string. And then afterwards, my reader here this is not double, no. This is price. Fine. And then afterward we put price, then my reader. So we put it here. So here is product group ID. Fine. And then LBL product ID, same thing, but in the field, right? And the next one, product ID with product name. So here again, change the name. LBL. So CGST percentage you already entered, SGST percentage you entered, and dot text, no? So here all we have missed dot text, right? We have shown error otherwise. So dot. CV is equal to same thing, but with unit ID. Okay, guys. So I hope now this is all right. That is small error. So here, line number 41, expected. Yes, here we have got to close it. We have to close it. Or else we need not open itself. Why should we open it itself? Okay, so this will be fine. And another, let's still see. So where is this one? Line number 44. So one, two, okay, line number 44. And line number 44, there's missing. So what we have received line number 44? Expected semicolon. So what is the problem? 44 is a problem is equal to this here. Okay. Okay. Now the error is gone. And we just start the program. And we will see that it runs. It should run okay without errors. So customers, view customer is all right. Perfect. And products, now if you click on view product, it's also okay. Okay. So this is perfectly working all right. So good. Now we have done for two things. One is products and this thing. So now this ends the, of course, we will write insert and all, but insert and all go and write. And when we come to the next topic, which is object-oriented way of doing this, the whole thing like this. So how to do the object-oriented way? The first way, the first thing I'm going to tell you is, here all things are, in this real world, if you see, all things are just made up of objects. Just uh, see around, you can see your laptop, you can see your bag, you can see your table, and all those things. So all these things are objects. Now objects can have properties, like for a table it can be made of wood, it can be made of steel, it can have a color, a brown color or a light beige color, or then afterwards you can have four this thing, or you can have three, what do you say, legs, four legs, two legs with the whole one side will be four leg. I'm sitting actually in the table. Then you have got a chair. Similarly, we have got it made up of whatever it made. 1 minute, please. Hello? Yeah, sorry for that interruption there. And then we will continue now again. And now, as I was telling you, we have got to about the classes. So the first thing is what we do is we create a customer class and then we create a customer object. And then we'll see how to populate the customer class and object. Okay. So here we go. So to go to create the customer object, we first create the customer class. So we have already created one class before, CNS database function, but that was a static class. But now we are actually going to go to create the class and create the object in the class and work on that object. Fine. And we are going to go to add and then class, right? And then we are going to create this CLS customer. Fine. Okay, now I created this customer class. Now, actually, for the customer class, what we'll do is we'll exactly replicate uh, the fields for this customer. So just we'll put the field here. So already it's asking public, so property. See, if I'm just going to write here, public property tab, if I'm going to write just here, I will just put here customer ID, but I want to take as a string. CUSTOMER ID. Okay. Then I can have a small shortcut is there. If I type PROP and 2 times tab, I will get like this. So here itself, I can create the next property will be customer name, or first will be string, the type of the data type, then go to tab, then customer. Okay. Public string, and then customer address bar. And it should come get set. Yes. Then what is this? Customer address too. Okay. Then it will be customer city. And customer state. Okay. Country. Okay. So now I have created this customer. Now what I will do is I'll create one more form. I'll call that form is view customer with objects, right? Okay, with objects. Add this form here. And of course, I'm going to change here the property around slightly formatted parameter can come here. Just put here new customer objects, right? So that I can then after I go in the font, not necessarily now, but let me just do it now. So that I don't forget. And just transform this form. Okay, fine. Okay. Now view customers with objects. So I created one class called CLS customer. Now, if I want, what I'll do is I'll just go to the load event, and then afterwards, I will just, if I put here CLS customer now, CLS our class has come. And then after I'm going to put here, I'm going to create an object of the class. So I put it as customer object. Okay. OBJ customer is equal to, we have got to do it with new. Fine. A new, I can tell here CLS customer. Fine. Okay. Then if I put here OBJ customer, see that dot, if I put, I'll get all my properties listed out here. What I wrote in that CLS customer. So customer ID, I can just put it as CUST 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me start with 6. We already have determines like that. So OBJ customer again dot customer name is equal to, let me put it as Harry Potter. Okay, fine. OBJ customer dot let me put the country or address one as, say, first street. I think it's customer address 2 is equal to First Avenue. This is just the HTTPS address dot city. Let me put it as Chennai, it's my city where I live in India. And here dot state will be equal to, let me put this Tamil Nadu PN. Maybe customer dot city state country is equal to India. Customer dot country के बाद finally it is phone and email, right? Still, the string Fine. Now it's good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a breakpoint here. Breakpoint means it stops, the program stops here. So before that I run this program, I've got to add this in the menu, right? Because I'll not be able to access this thing. I'll just put here customer, put another one here, view customer with object, right? Okay. And then after I go to the property, then I'm going to change the name here. So here I'm going to put here TSM customers sub view, right? View customer is objects, fine. And then when I'm going to click that, what happens is I'm going to go to form, view customers with objects. Here, but here. Oh, it's just suggesting me. So that's new, right? What should I allow? See, now I start here. Now it comes and talks. So if I'm going to hover over this OBJ my customer, right? I will get something like this OBJ customer and get here. I just go here. So now see all this thing is filled up with the details what I've already put here. Customer address, not to see the name and the ID, everything has been filled up properly. So this is how I write like this. Then afterward, what I can do is I can just put that these things inside the say. So once I do like this, then I will be able to put, for example, let me go to my customer design. I'm going customer design where customer design. So just view customer object. I'm just going to copy the whole thing. I can just put here Control D is going to copy the whole thing, and then after Control C for copy, and then go to customer objects here design, and then paste it here. Fine. Control A, and then I'm going to just which is extension here. Fine. Now what I'm going to do here is I can do the same thing. I can just put it here if I want. I can put LBL customer address dot text is equal to. I can just put this customer OBJ customer address one. I can put it here, and let me put it for LBL customer ID, right? dot text is equal to obj customer dot customer ID. Let me put one more thing and stop with that. Customer name dot text is equal to obj customer dot customer name. Then some automatically name number. Here, if you see here now, I have just put it here. Here, this I have done. So similarly, I can do for the whole. Now, so this one I will just note. I just wanted to show it to you. I can just repeat it. I just now you might tell that why you are going to do with the customer that put it it's going to be a rather long way. I mean, the roundabout way. You will just a minute. We just wait. What I will do is I will now create one sort of a list here. So we are just emulate a database and we'll create a list and try to put all these customer objects in that list. Okay. So that we'll come to the database a little bit later. So just we'll create a list here. So list is also something like a list of objects. So here we are going to have a list of objects in that CLS customer objects, and the list name itself I'm going to put LSC customers is equal to new. I've got to put the new operator again and then upwards. Then here what I'm going to do is LSC customers dot add. I'm going to add this everything inside this LSC customer, right? And just put OBJ customer and I add the full thing. Then afterward, what I'm going to do is I'm going to the CLS customer. What I can do, I can just create the CLS customer. I can put this as global, and then afterward put this thing here, and I can put here OBJ customer, right? Now is okay. Then afterward, after this thing, I will create one more object of this type. But here now this time I have already put it once here. Now this time I'm going to put it here 7. I'm going to put it here Tom. Okay, Hawkins. Okay, put it here. First street here, the first 7. Okay, and here first street, here second street, second then. Okay, let's limit or I can put it as say Patna, the PC street called Bihar. Okay, and street is here. So Tom. Okay, now I'm going to put here one more customer and then I'll stop it. Put here 8 and I'll put here John Willis. Okay, at Third Street and Third Street. Third Avenue, and let me put it as Bombay or Mumbai. India. Fine. Now let me put a breakpoint here and see how we are going to collect it in the list. I'm just going to customers and view customer objects. And now if I see here, so the last object what I've created, it was this thing. So this will be Willis, right? And if you see list customers, there will be three things I put inside this list. So if you see list customers, there will be three. And if actually what is this three, I can just go and see the first one is Harry Potter, right? Then the second one, Tom Hawkins, and the third one will be so Donald's. Okay, fine. So this is how we put inside the list. So what we'll do is we'll stop the class now. We'll come back to it maybe tomorrow. And then afterwards, I'll tell you yeah, tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I'll just then we'll just connect to the database and get the object, and they get everything from the database and put here, and we'll create a collection, and then afterward display from the collection. Okay. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Yeah.